So hey guys, I'm about to take discussion 3 on a journey. I don't know if you can tell, but I am at the airport. The weather is horrible outside, but stay tuned to see where I'll be going. So, have you guys guessed where I'm going yet? It has sunshine. So, if you can't tell yet, I am in sunny Jamaica, and to I've decided to do Jamaica in the aspects of education and how different it is and what the local culture is known for. Alrighty, see you guys soon. Tell me what kind of technology you used when you were in school.
Well, in my days, we only had calculators and the encyclopedia, so we had to go to the library.
Really?
Those who don't have it at their house.
What about when you went to school in Canada?
Well, when I went to school in Canada, that was a little better. We had a little bit more technology. Computers were, yes.
Did you have the internet?
No.
So you still had to use encyclopedias and stuff?
How are you?
I'm good. So can you tell me what kind of technology you used when you were in primary school?
Okay, well, for counting when we were in primary school, we use something called the abacus.
What's
And
that?
It's like a little wooden square with lines on it, and you have little beads on it. So you count from your ones, tens, hundreds, and so forth.
Okay.
And we didn't have calculators. We used to use stones or bottle stoppers or straws to count in groups of 5 or 10s and so forth. Yeah. I mean, now you guys have calculators and whatnot.
Did you still have to use that in high school?
No, at that point in time, we moved to scientific calculators, and you get, a little bit smarter. You know your timetable, and you use your brain.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
About your high school experience.
Wow. High school experience. We had a library. We had a very extensive research or access to research, but we didn't have computers to type up our projects. So what I had to do was handwrite all my projects, and then I was always creative, so I used to use matches and burn around the edge of the paper just to give it that ancient or that old look and things. So, but now we have computers, laptops, iPads, and all those things.
Yeah.
So you quickly type up and print your projects, and you're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so can you tell me about technology growing up in high school, prep school, and college, and how it's evolved?
Absolutely. Prep school for me was 1992, 93. I attended Woolmer's prep school, Woolmer's preparatory school. It was a co-ed school. We weren't exposed to computers or technology really at that school. So research was pretty much manual, where we had to go to the library. We didn't have the internet, obviously. So, a lot of it we had to rely on our parents to help us to get answers to a lot of difficult questions and so on. So we relied on the adults for that. And the teachers as well, but more so the parents. So, they had a lab eventually that I got exposed to in the latter stages of prep school, where, that's grade 6. I was about 10 years old, sitting in what we call common entrance in Jamaica and Caribbean, which has changed now. They have GSAT. But anyway, cutting out the history, basically, we had a lab, and we learned to use computers via games. I remember there was a aquarium game with different stuff, and it all tied to education, so that was very useful. But I didn't really get exposed to technology and IT and the internet till high school, going into the mid 90s to late 90s, where we had search engines. And the first ones I was exposed to was lycos.com, lycos.com, where you could search for anything. I didn't really use it to search for educational material. I was really looking at, women, what was I looking at? Pictures of different things. I won't go into that kind of detail, but, it proved that the internet had a world, a whole lot of information, and it was at our fingertips. And it was, for me, in a technology field, I was hungry for it. So I went looking and looking, and I got exposed to yahoo.com. In high school, which is Wolmer's High, so I went on to Wolmer's High. We had typing school classes where you had to type some stuff. I remember some of the things that they asked you to type. To this day, I'm 32 years old, over a decade ago, 2 decades ago, and I remember they had a thing you typing. Dad ate half a salad at his desk, blah blah. You had to type that real fast. So now I can attribute how quickly I type, without looking at the keys, to basically my high school. So Jamaica and the high school or the secondary education system was and still is very good in Jamaica. We have quite a few very good schools that exposes you to using computers to get information. I was never a library fogey, so I never really went to the library at all in my life. I thought the library was, somewhere that nobody goes to. Boring. Yeah, you go there, very boring. So eventually, you do research online using, as I said, Lycos and other areas. And it wasn't until the latter stages of high school that we got even more exposed. I think Google came out close to around that time, late 90s, early millennium there, 2000 plus. And then, the rest is history. You now can find everything you want. I can do a surgery on someone by researching how to do a kidney transplant. I don't know who's going to give me that job, but if I did the research, I guarantee I'll be able to do it. Doctors, are upset at us because now if we get sick, we'll look it up because we don't trust doctors anymore. We go to Dr. Google for any symptoms that we may have. So, it's amazing how even in a third world country like Jamaica, we have evolved so much. The digital divide is very significant in Jamaica. I'm not sure right now what the internet penetration is in Jamaica right now, but it's pretty it's pretty low, but it's definitely growing, and you have a lot of institutions that are installing computers in the primary and the secondary schools, so that's good. So the sky's the limit for technology and research in Jamaica.
So, growing up in Jamaica, school was most definitely different than going to school in Canada. Um, I started out in preschool, prep school, which is like basically elementary school for like Canadians. So, you were always exposed to the computer and not really the internet because it wasn't as big then in like 1990, like 5, I guess, around that time. But the computer was there. But what I felt like we had to do was research, a lot of research. We had to go out there and literally find the information ourselves, such as going to the library, looking through encyclopedias. The teachers expected you to go out there and find the information you needed versus going online and having it right there to your fingertips. I think they appreciated not really appreciated, but instilled that we worked hard for whatever we needed and not just go about it the easy way. So all our projects were handwritten and it had to be in perfect penmanship or you would lose points, not only for grammar but penmanship. So we had to go out there, write our papers, and at that point in time I really didn't see it as hard work because that's what I was used to. But if I had to do that now, I'd be like, whoa, this is a lot of work. So by the time I got to high school, obviously the internet was around a lot more. But in lower school, which is basically grades 7 to 9, the teachers still insisted that you went out there to find your information via textbooks and encyclopedias and stuff like that. Some teachers wouldn't penalize you if you typed your project, but they still appreciated a handwritten project. By the time I got to upper school, which is grades 10 and 11, that's when they expected you to start using the internet, and we had a lot more internet based class. We had like computer labs and just stuff like that we had to attend. I guess they were I guess the fact that they had instilled working so hard via manual labor, I would call it, it was now time to go about it the easier way, because like things and times were changing. So yes, by high school, but upper school we were focusing more on the internet and researching, and it was a lot easier for us. So yeah, you can see these encyclopedias behind all these figurines. But yes, these were all the encyclopedias I had to use for school projects.